Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Huber begins now.
Good evening. After a hard-fought and ruthless campaign, it's D-Day for the Voice referendum. We begin our coverage locally as Tasmanians headed for the polls today with the power to swing the referendum. Our state crucial for the count, with recent polling showing both sides may be in with a chance.
A make or break state, the path towards a double majority will likely depend on Tasmania. Recent polling has shown the state could go either way, and the Yes campaign has put a major focus on Tasmania.
This is a very important vote today, and I'm sure that Tasmanians will go to the booths with the very best intentions.
Their signs and volunteers far more prominent at southern polling booths. And in the north.
Tasmanians have made their minds up and they're keen to just get their vote deposited and move on with their lives.
Voters were reluctant to speak to 7 Tasmania News today, but of those who did, the vast majority were voting yes.
It's time for the Aboriginals to have a say. I think it's long overdue.
I'm voting no because I believe we've paid enough taxes as it is.
I'll be voting yes because I think that the Uluru Statement is the most gracious thing I've read in a long time.
A trend towards early voting continued. 88,000 Tasmanians visited a pre-polling station, 12,000 more than at last year's federal election. Around 50,000 requested a postal vote.
There you go, sir.
Thank you. While opinions might be split on the Voice, everyone's backing democracy sausages. Compliments to the chef. Schools and volunteer organisations turning on the barbie and turning the snags as part of our election day tradition, while others put a fruity twist on fundraising.
Well, the jams are all from the fruit from our garden. It's different. It's, everyone eats sausages, but no one gets homemade jam, right?
The sweet, sweet taste of democracy. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
To some developing news now, and a bushfire watch and act alert has been issued for Dora Point campground on the state's east coast. Those in the area are being told to prepare to leave, with the fire expected to be difficult to control. You can stay up to date through the Tas Alert website. Tasmania's horror week on the roads has continued, with a 33-year-old man killed in a crash near New Norfolk this morning. Police say the driver failed to negotiate a right-hand bend on Back River Road at Magra just after 3 a.m, colliding with a power pole. Residents provided assistance until emergency services arrived, but sadly the driver died at the scene. Police once again pleading with people to stay safe behind the wheel and avoid the fatal 5.
If people could follow those simple little instructions, they are the best ways that you can avoid finding yourself in a crash.
Anyone who has dashcam or CCTV is asked to contact police. A Tasmanian Independent MP has suffered a health scare. Lions MHA John Tucker is in hospital due to a back issue and is expected to miss this week of Parliament. The government currently relies on Mr Tucker's vote, with Labor foreshadowing a no-confidence motion. Another independent is expected to sit out as part of a pair deal. While the Tasmanian Parliament might be no stranger to high-octane action, it hosted a different kind today, with 60 Porsche sports cars gathering on the lawns. The Porsche Club Tasmania celebrating its 20th anniversary with a gathering, a track day and celebratory dinner.
You've got to drive a Porsche until you really appreciate how good they are on the road, and they can make an average mug driver like me into a lot better driver.
2023 is the German car maker's 75th birthday. Young and old have converged on a northeast town to get a peek of what life was like 40 years ago. Braxham digging up a time capsule, but it wasn't an easy find.
A buried piece of a small Tasmanian town's treasure unearthed.
We're supposed to not do the time capsule for another 60 years, but I said I'd like it done while I'm still alive.
The time capsule, an idea stemming from Branksholme's centenary celebrations 40 years ago.
The town came up with this idea to hold the centenary celebrations. There was great excitement at the school, of course, because we were the actual central part of the celebrations.
But when it came time to locate the capsule, the committee faced an anxious 3-week search.
We had lots of stories of where to look for it, especially we were told on the right side of the rock, could have been under the rock, and eventually we tried the left side and found it. So it was like a eureka moment.
The excitement of the announcement to dig it up today brought people from far and wide to the town.
No one could really remember what was in it. Yeah, but I did know that everyone who was at the celebrations signed the piece of cardboard that went in the time capsule.
And after today's sneak peek,
hopefully we can actually put it back down again.
Talia Jordan, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanians have spent their Saturday hitting the right notes ahead of next weekend's Chamber Music Festival. New Norfolk hosting a fringe event, bringing together some of the state's best bands and performers.
A heavenly sound inside a former New Norfolk church, transformed from a place of worship to a place of song. It's now home to a new art studio.
To be part of the local choir as well and to sing, sort of in my own venue, that was just amazing.
It's great to get out of Hobart and still have high quality musical products.
Renowned band Sequenza, the guests of honour, bringing Baroque music to life.
In the time before Mozart, there was Baroque music. Composers like Handel were Baroque composers.
The concert part of a special fringe event celebrating the upcoming Tasmanian Chamber Music Festival. Local performers in tune with visiting guests as big tunes played in small venues.
The experience is wonderful, and also to bring local talent in with talent from Hobart or talent from elsewhere.
From a piano serenade over a bite to eat, to art celebrating music, 7 concerts and displays were spread across the town.
Just so brilliant for the New Norfolk to have this sort of music.
The full event takes place next weekend, with Hobart hosting for the first time.
It just pulls at my heartstrings. I just feel emotion.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
Hobart-based The Inevitable finished midfield in the Group 1 Toorak Handicap. It's been a big weekend for its connections, with the gelding crowned Tasmanian Horse of the Year last night. The 8-year-old recognised for a dominant season on track, where it won 5 feature events. The horse also finished 3rd in the $5 million All-Star Mile back in March. And finally, the Jack Jumpers' strong start to the season will face a tough test when they face the Phoenix in just over an hour's time. Sitting top of the table, the Jackies are coming off a 30-point win over Illawarra on Thursday night. John Cain Arena has proven to be a tough hunting ground for visiting sides, with the Phoenix winning 11 of their last 13 home games. Tip-off is at 8 p.m.
Good evening. Well, Tassie living up to its 4 seasons in one day reputation across the state today, with the strongest winds recorded on Cape Bruni with 107 kilometres per hour. Hobart 18, Launceston 19 degrees, Devonport and Burnie both 17. Across the state, St Helens and Friendly Beaches 19, Flinders Island and Maria Island 16, King Island, Low Head and Bushy Park 15, Grove and Strawn 14, Luncheon Hill 13, Lyowini reaching a max of 8 degrees. Extensive low cloud is seen over western and southern Tasmania, tending to patchy low cloud about the northeast. Today's frontal system is moving into the Tasman Sea with cumulus cloud evident to our west. A large area of lower cloud blankets southeastern Australia. Otherwise, the country remains mostly cloud-free. Tomorrow, a high taking a step aside to allow another cold front to approach Tasmania, embedded in the west and south, while the trough continues hovering over the eastern, northern and western coasts of mainland Australia. Westerly winds 20 to 30 knots, easing to 15 to 25 knots throughout, but will re-strengthen about the north in the evening. West to southwesterly swells 4 to 6 metres in the west and south. A gale warning has been issued between Wineglass Bay to Low Rocky Point tomorrow. No surprises, that strong wind warning continues for parts of coastal and inland waters. An initial minor flood warning exists for the Huon River. Also a warning to sheep graziers for the northwest coast, Midlands, east coast, Upper Derwent Valley and areas of the southeast. Finally, there is a bushwalkers weather alert tomorrow with snow falling to 600 metres millimetres for the Western and Central Plateau forecast districts. Tomorrow, showers increasing in Hobart 14, similar conditions in Richmond 15, 13 in Ouse. Launceston 14 and Devonport also 14, 12 in Deloraine. Burnie, showers increasing 13, 12 and showers for Strawn, windy and 14 in Curry. St Helens, a shower or two, 16, 15 in Swansea, 14 and a chance of showers for Whitemark. Monday, showers mainly about the west and south with snow falling to 700 metres with possible hail about the west and far south. Tuesday, partly cloudy about the west coast. Mostly sunny skies return elsewhere with a chance of a morning frost. Wednesday, we welcome mostly sunny conditions with a chance of a morning frost also. Mainland conditions for tomorrow, 35 and sunny in Darwin. Sunny also 31 in Brisbane. Showers increasing in Melbourne with 17 degrees. And looking now at current conditions this Saturday evening, Hobart mostly sunny, 7 degrees. Sunny also in Launceston. That wind's hanging around in Devonport with 10 degrees. Enjoy your evening and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night.
Thank you for that, Kaya. That's all your news for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your evening. Good night.